Let's try this out in our page. So here's what we currently have. It comes up and it does the alert, right? And we learned that this is using the object.method approach. And now what we're going to do is we're actually going to make changes up here to the current time. And we're going to make these changes kind of incrementally for several changes until we get them actually showing the current time. But this will take us several steps. So we're going to start by just simply getting that element. So we look right there and we need to find that in the HTML. So if we go look in the tiny clock HTML and we go down here, the element where that is this div that says the date now is 11/3/2017 break and then the time. So right here it is. Notice it has an ID set to date now, so we can actually get this element. So go ahead and go into tinyscript.js, and I'm actually going to comment out this window, this alert, so we don't have to see it every time. So you can comment it out while you're doing development. I recommend that you put it back in before you submit the activity, because that's really one of the steps of the activity. So what we want to do is we want to get this element. So we do it document, we use the document object, and then we use the get element. And by the way, capitalization here matters. Lowercase g, capital E, capital B, capital I. Get element by ID, and if capitalization is not correct, it won't recognize it. So this gets us, we call the method get element by ID, and here we need to tell them what the ID is, and this needs to be a string, and it needs to match exactly. So what we want it to be is this date now, and we'll put that in there, and that will get the object. So that's the first step. That's what we want to do. Then we want to set the inner HTML. So we call the inner HTML property, and remember that the inner HTML property refers to everything, all the text and HTML between the opening tag and the closing tag. So it's really this part right here. Notice that it has a date, an HTML break tag, and a time. And that's the part that we're going to change. And we're going to set it equal to, and here's where we're going to add it. And we're going to put it in a string. So we're going to put m/d, see how we're making it generic, y, and then we're putting the break tag, and then we're putting h:m:/s. So we're really just setting it all to a generic letters, right? Instead of a specific time. So we save that and we refresh, and there. Notice how it replaced it. It changed what was there now to these general MDY HMS. And that was the change that we wanted to make.